All right, so what's going on, everybody? It's JA. Today we're covering the latest leaks and news stories from around the world of sneakers. So to begin, we're gonna start with today's releases, where we saw Puma team up with A$AP Rocky on a clothing collection, which also included sneakers, as well as this very interesting pair of 3D printed sneakers, which did actually sell out. As far as the Puma Inhale Distressed, it looks like select sizes are still available, which did retail at 130 bucks. Now, next up from Nike, we did see them drop the debut of the Ja 2, a model which I actually thought was gonna be dropping next month for the NBA season tip-off, but it looks like Nike actually did decide to drop these today, which they did release through some of their retail partners, such as Foot Locker. These came in at $120, a great competitive price, I would feel, as far as like a direct competitor to, say, something like the AE1, which comes in at that same price point as well. Now, next up, we saw New Balance release the latest Made in USA collection. So as far as these latest offerings, 3 nice pickups to choose from. As far as this Mushroom Violet pair, the darker brown joint, I was contemplating on getting these, but due to the fact that these pairs usually don't sell out instantly, it's not something you have to like impulsively buy, and maybe something I could potentially pick up, you know, later down the line. And then from Jordan Brand, the big release of the day, which we saw hit the sneakers app in the Amamanya Jordan 4 while you were sleeping. Now, as far as this pair right here, of course, everybody's been covering this topic heavily, you know, over the last week or so, but I would just say, as far as this collaboration, Nike possibly made a little bit too many pairs of these, because I would say, as far as these like hype collaborations, they want these to be collectible, limited, and generally sell out fast. So if you guys did miss out on these, retail's $225, and it looks like you do still have some sizes available via the sneakers app as well as Nike.com. So let me know if you guys grabbed anything today. We're gonna go ahead and jump into these sneaker leaks, which we have a very interesting Adidas Yeezy update as well. So stay tuned, guys. But first, a word from our sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by POIZON. Wondering if your sneakers are the real deal? Well, check them out for free with POIZON. Click the link in the description and use code AUTH to get $10 off your order. So not only is POIZON an online marketplace, but they also provide authentication services that support over 300 brands in 11 categories. I'll use this pair of Yeezy 350s to show you POIZON's free, easy 2-step process. All right, so you're gonna need your phone to take the pics, as well as the sneakers you're trying to verify. Once you take your photos of the item, select the brand and upload them. Then, after just 3 minutes, you will get your results. Now, I did happen to actually get this pair right here as a gift, and you guys already know I can't get caught rocking fakes out here, so I'm just sitting back waiting on my results, and after a couple of minutes or so, thankfully, it looks like everything is legit. So salute to POIZON. They have 24/7 full service, so you can actually get results like whenever you want. They offer the fastest turnaround time for authentication results in less than 3 minutes. And it actually happens to be a cross-validation process, so they use a mixture of AI as well as manual authentication. Plus, POIZON offers monthly discounts on sneakers. They verify before delivery and are eligible for returns. So open the link with your phone and get a free legit check with POIZON, and don't forget to use code AUTH to get up to $10 off your purchase. So for our first leak here, this one comes courtesy of our friends over at Soul Retriever. We got a look here at a never before seen colorway of the Salehi Bembry Crocs Juniper sneakers. So as far as these joints right here, as y'all see, crazy color schemes that are unconventional. You've probably never seen these colors put together before on a piece of footwear like this, which is so Salehi right here. I think as far as the last colorway, which I believe was the Tahini joints, you know, the white pair, I think they kind of got away from that fun, funky type of vibe. So it's glad to see that they are making a return here with this pair, which features the orange base. You got the purple sole, this little blue overlay, as well as like a tan sock liner, which makes up a crazy looking sneaker. So just from the images here, I like what I see, but definitely, you know, want to see what these joints look like on feet. So as far as unreleased Salehi Bembry colorways, you can add this to the list. I think we also saw that navy blue pair earlier this year, as well as I believe there was a Real Tree camo pair floating around as well. Now from Adidas, we got to look look here at the Dame 9 Halloween. So it looks like Adidas is pushing a heavy emphasis here on this new Dame 9 silhouette. We saw it debut actually with a Bape collaboration, and I would say as far as dropping a Halloween themed sneaker, I feel like is a fun way to bring some attention to this new model right here. So as far as this take right here, the Halloween theme seems to be centered around these little like red splatters, which I'm assuming must be like blood splatters or something like that from a slasher flick. As far as on the heel tab, you do have this little reference to Dame's 71-point performance. So these are okay, not really for me, but be on the lookout for these as they are scheduled to drop sometime towards the end of September. Now we also have a new colorway for the AE1 Low, which you already know Adidas probably got 1,000,001 new colorways of these joints planned to release. Now originally we did actually see a mock-up image of this model, which at that time I wasn't a huge fan. Now by actually taking a look at the real sneaker, I would say it's not really doing anything to, you know, make me become a big fan of these, but they're okay, I guess you could say. The gray colorway kind of feels like it features like almost like a metallic type of feel to it, and not a huge fan of the orange hits on the back. But regardless, these joints will be dropping the end of November for a retail of 110 bucks. Now we have an update on the Clot Adidas collaboration, which previously they did drop a Superstar, which as far as that take, it was a little more formal. So it looks like this pair is a new fun take on the Superstar as well, featuring almost like this kind of like Terex hiker type of sole. So an interesting fusion of an Adidas classic. We have this white pair, which apparently will be a Juice Store exclusive, which happens to be a boutique ran by Clot's very own Edison Chen himself, which will be dropping towards the end of September. And then they have this like dark night indigo pair, which will be available for everybody coming up holiday of 2024. Now we have an Adidas Yeezy update. This one was wild because we saw Adidas drop a whole bunch of Yeezys via Adidas Dubai, which they had a crazy discount. I feel like these are savings that we've never seen Adidas drop Yeezys this cheap. So as far as the pairs available, they had a wide selection, a little bit of everything for everybody, but just these prices were absolutely insane. So I'm gonna give you guys the US translation. They had 350s, which they were selling for just under $65. They had the 500 boot, which was coming in at just under $62 US. They also had the MNVNs, which were coming in at just under 59 bucks. And then this is where things get really crazy, because they had a couple of foam runners, which were coming in at just under $29 for the foam runners. And then the wildest, hugest deal of the day would have to be the Yeezy Slide, which they had a few different options available. Of course, these did sell out because they were selling them at just under $18. So these deals are absolutely insane, and I don't know why they can't bring deals like this over to the US. Well, actually I do understand, because if they did, you already know everybody would just scalp them, eat them up, and just resell every single pair right here. So it looks like Adidas is pretty much giving away Yeezys out there in Dubai, and this is just interesting to see what they're doing with this remaining inventory. And I don't know if this leaves a good sign or a bad sign for a potential Q4 drop. And from Nike Jordan Brand, we got to look here at a new colorway of the Nego Air Force 3, which has surfaced. Now earlier this week, we did get word that Nike would be doing a little soft launch debut of this new model coming up this weekend in select cities. But as far as this new colorway, which they're referring to as light British tan, a much more subtle take on this classic Nike model right here, I would say a huge contrast when compared to the debut colorway, which is more of like a vibrant rainbow type of color scheme. So as far as this model right here, I know definitely these are more catered to like the OG sneaker collector that's going to appreciate and knows the history and everything like that. So we'll see if this sneaker has a chance to kind of connect with the younger audience, or will it kind of wind up as another like Terror Squad Air Force One type of situation. Now we also have the best look yet here at the full packaging for the Jordan 4 Fear, a upcoming re-release or remake of a past Jordan model. So as far as the big update here would be the special edition packaging, which will be included in this model. I guess Jordan Brand, when it comes to these collectors, they like buy up every sneaker every time. They like to add in this like special packaging, I guess, for people to kind of like have something different to appreciate for that certain release or whatever. So as far as this model right here, which we did mention is a remake, you do see the speckles right here, which was a huge design element that Nike and Jordan Brand was using on a lot of their models at that time. So it's definitely a sign of that decade. But I would say translating here into 2024, it seems like based off the comment section from popular Jordan fan page Z Sneakerheads. It seems like everybody hates the speckles here in 2024, including myself. So as far as this pair right here, this is definitely one I could see potentially, you know, hitting the Nike outlets. And then the big update would be we have official images here of the upcoming Jordan 14 Black Toe. So of course you guys know it's special when we have an OG pair such as returning. Now the big thing about the official images, of course, we do see the changes and everything that differentiates these between some of the past releases. So like for example, me myself, I remember I had the 2006 pair, which had a new design element. It featured like this kind of like stitched leather effect on the upper, which at the time I really could care less about, but now when comparing it to other releases, I would say I definitely prefer this take, which is a little more true to form to the OG pair. So a very great pair, a classic model. For me as a kid growing up, this is like when I was in my prime, like Jordan days, just like an NBA fan and everything like that. So I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, this may be one I could potentially pick up. You know, every year I only like to grab maybe like 1 or 2 pairs of Jordans, something like that. So this year I haven't actually grabbed anything personally, so this may be the one as we have these set to debut coming up here in November. So let me know if you guys are rocking with these or not, as well as your thoughts on all the leaks that we covered here in today's video. Also, I would love to know what you guys think about the big Dubai Yeezy drop from Adidas as well. So if you guys enjoyed today's update, please help support the channel by hitting the like button down below. So I'm JA, of course, I will catch you guys next time. We'll be back tomorrow, you know, for the latest updates, but in the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I'll catch y'all next time. I'm out. Love.